Hi, everyone, and welcome to the Beanie Now channel. Today we have Sheena Gigante, the Vice President of Business and Organizational Development at Healthcare Associates Credit Union with us, as well as you all know Deliana Gamez, and she is with JRF Consulting, working alongside myself. Hi, Sheena.
Hi, how are you?
I'm so excited about this conversation today. Deliana, hello.
Hello, everyone. Great to be here.
Yeah. Today we're talking about something that I don't know, unless you're Deliana, might not be the most exciting topic of credit union business development, and that is CRMs. And they can transform the way business development teams operate. And we're talking about this because Sheena, you recently went through a customization project, and Deliana helped guide that project with you. And so I just wanted to kind of start with you. So paint the picture for us, Sheena. Like before you decided to customize your CRM, what was happening that made you realize, wow, something needs to change?
Well, for one, we really didn't even understand the tool in and of itself. And so, to kind of give a little backstory on this, I took over business development about a year ago. And so, our CRM for business development is not the same CRM that we used in sales. And taking it over about a year ago, logging in, trying to figure it out, it was, for lack of a better word, it was chaos. We didn't fully understand it, how to use it, but I knew from previous experience with CRMs that it had capabilities to be useful and to be successful, but we had a Ferrari and didn't know how to drive it. We didn't even know where the keys were. And so just trying to figure that piece out and knowing that, right, CRMs aren't always the most fun or exciting, but if you understand the numbers from the people side, it tells us if we're peopling properly. And I knew that Deliana loves the CRMs and she loves the numbers and the people as much as I do, probably more in terms of like the number side and that CRM side. And I said, well, she's the perfect person to help us with this project. And so when she first looked at the system, because I thought the system was absolutely not capable of doing what we needed it to do, and was considering implementing another CRM, which is a huge lift and would involve IT and other organizations within departments within the organization. So I reached out to her. Deliana's like, no, no, this is good. We can save it. And I said, are you sure? And she looked at it and she assured me that it's salvageable. It's just not using, it's not doing what we needed to do. It's never been configured. It was still in its factory settings from a decade ago or whenever ago it was implemented. So I trusted Deliana and she led us through that process.
Yes, I think everyone that's listening right now is having the aha moment of what? We don't have to use the factory settings. So, Deliana, tell us, what opportunities did you see when you took a look at that?
Yeah, when I see the factory default settings, to me, it's like, wow, there's things we can clean up. So take away the noise that's unnecessary, and then create the right fields and the right information that we want to capture, as well as having the end user in mind. So thinking, putting my BD cap on as well as my BD leader cap on, like what do I need to see when I first go into a profile? So really making sure that it's friendly, easy to use, intuitive. So I saw this blank canvas per se, and I got really excited because collaborating with Sheena and her team, every credit union is different in what they want to capture. The foundational pieces are pretty much the same across the board, but there's nuances to it. With the space and the vertical that Sheena works in, we had opportunity to really capture associations versus segs versus community organizations. So we really got to customize it to what your target audiences are and your target partners are, and make that information just be really, really specific to healthcare associates. And so I think for me, the fun was collaborating with you to get it to a point that was centric around what you were trying to accomplish. So it was a fun blank canvas when I looked at it.
I wish my mind worked like that. This is great. I mean, I love CRMs and I love what they can do, but it's hard for me. I don't have that skill set to do that. So happy to have you on the team, Deliana. So, Sheena, what are you like capturing now that you didn't have before? What's changed for you?
Yeah, well, for one, it's even just being able to have one centralized location for all of our prospects, all of our outreach, having our being able to go in and the contacts are all in one place. They were discombobulated before. And so maybe this person had this contact and this person had this contact. And we can go in and as a team, we can all see those contacts and we can see the follow up and even not reinventing the wheel. And so in business development, in partnership with our associations, our SAGs, right, we're going out and doing events and we're getting these contact lists. And a lot of times they're just for one time use. And the process of previously, we didn't fully understand how to necessarily get those all uploaded and get that contact information out there and get that follow up out there as easily as we could have. And Deliana created the groups for us. She helped us with formatting general email outreach that would be able to be sent out. And so now we've got an event that we're going to in a couple weeks, and we get the pre-attendee list. It was nothing. We upload that Excel file sheet. We've got the emails ready to go. There's no reinventing the wheel each time. And we've also been able to kind of fine tune what works and doesn't work. And I know there's still a lot more that I'm excited to do that we haven't touched on yet. But we can see those open rates. We can see if it's engaging. We can follow up with those individuals as well. It's again, it's telling us if we're peopling properly. And a lot of times the people don't like the numbers, but the numbers do tell us a story.
Peopling properly. I think I'd say that 10 times. I think that's the title of this
I
episode.
love
It
it.
usually bubbles up. No one will think it's about a CRM process.
They'll be shocked. They sit down, CRM. This isn't what I signed up for.
Exactly. Uh, Deliana, what more can you tell us about like when you went through this process? Like, what are some key things that people should really look at?
Well, I want to touch on the kind of the lead list point. To
Yeah.
Sheena's point, really prioritizing what are warm leads versus not. CRMs have capabilities. We created a lead scoring model. So based off if they opened the email, if they clicked into a link into the email, so that Sheena and her team are more equipped to identify those leads and then continue to nurture those because those are warmer. They're interested. They opened. Whereas when we think of just the overall CRM, logging prospects versus actual segs, thinking of what do we want to see? We want to see the employee count, the eligible non-member opportunities. We want to see the status. Is it active? Is it dormant? Are we in progress in conversations? So making sure we have the stages presented properly within the CRM, and then also being able to log your activity from not only your outreach, but then being able to log the different events and meetings that you have and those outcomes. And the important piece to tie everything together is then Sheena, as a leader, being able to see that in a really easy, friendly view so that when she's talking to the board, the C-suite, the management team, senior management, it's not asking around what did we do and gather email, email, email. She could pull a report. So really the data that we wanted to capture was very specific. how we trained the team to log tasks and outreach, and then ultimately how that fed into the reports that Sheena can use moving forward to really track progress and what's going well, what are areas of opportunity. So there's two buckets really. It's like the actual companies, the book of business, and then there's the
Yeah,
lead side of it in the CRM as
yeah,
well.
yeah. And Sheena, how has that changed you as a leader?
It really makes it easier to quantify our efforts, right? It's not a guessing game. It's not, well, we did this. How much time did we spend on this? And it's also reduced the amount of time that we're spending on things because we're not having to, as Deliana said, go through an email. Hey, what was your efforts? How did we do with this? And even as we're getting those follow-up activities, it's so much quicker to do now versus, like I said earlier, reinventing that wheel each time.
Yeah, yeah. And then as far as sharing that with your leaders, are you excited about like ongoing being able to like almost because everyone says, oh, they're busy, but
Yeah,
they seem to be walking in and out of the door a lot, but
absolutely. It's always good to be able to quantify that, especially to business development is such an interesting area of the organization, right? Because when people want to know what we're doing, because it impacts our ability to meet goals and it impacts sales and it impacts our growth and it impacts everything that we do. But as an outsider looking in, they're just like, well, you're just, like you said, you're heading in and out the door. Where were you at? What were you doing? We haven't seen you for hours. I haven't seen you for 3 days. Where were you at? Oh, you were in Denver. What were you doing in Denver? This helps quantify those things because in the BD world, we know how much effort and time we're putting into those things, but to be able to actually speak to it and show the numbers. And a lot of our organization, especially being in the finance world, they're numbers people, their finance backgrounds. And so being able to speak to that piece, um, you know, again, are we peopling properly?
it's a game changer. Yeah, yeah. Everyone is going to ask. And so I think we should just share what CRM you're using because otherwise my email will blow up. So it doesn't mean we're not endorsing them. We're not like, but like it will be a question. And so let's just share.
We're using Zoho.
Okay, great, great. And Deliana, there's the customizing Zoho, customizing other CRMs, whatever you have, what do you recommend for people?
Yeah, I think if you're not connecting it to core, you don't necessarily need the Cadillacs of CRMs. Zoho is very configure friendly. You have a lot of, you have super admin access yourself. The thing is, I would say their actual IT support takes maybe a day or two, Sheena. I know. So if you yourself or someone on staff knows how to configure, you could really it's smooth sailing. When you do it solo, you have full control. Whereas there's other CRMs, I think of like Dynamics, even HubSpot, the higher the model or the tier that you're in, the more customization you have. Zoho really out of the box has a lot of that. And of course, Salesforce takes some different certifications. It's really big. There's different pieces of that CRM that you can plug in. So every CRM is a little bit different. I think Zoho is really cost friendly amongst some others as well. And then again, you have full access to make customization.
Yeah, that's good. Well, that's when I first met you, we were launching. So do you
Yeah.
remember, Deliana? And
Yeah.
I was like, we came up with our dream list of all the customized fields. Like, what would it look like? Like, should we just build a company and make this happen? Create our own CRM.
Yeah.
And you were on the phone at all hours of the night with people in other countries. I just remember coming in and you would like rolled your sleeves up and so there is some effort, but it can be done. It can be done.
Mhm.
Yes, that's great. So like the last question is was the effort worth it, Sheena?
Absolutely. And to be honest with you, the effort that I had to put into it was minimal compared to the effort of what Deliana had to put into it. And she did so much that was asked of her and more, and was just super collaborative to say, I've got some ideas. What are your thoughts on this? What if we change this? What if we add this, take this out? And even just going in and kind of preemptively setting up some different scenarios to say, this is what it could potentially look like. What do you think? And constantly trying different things and getting feedback. And as Deliana mentioned, Zoho is very cost effective. And we actually looked at other CRMs, and so it's great for that. But that IT support, that technical support through them is not their strong suit. And I can tell you that I actually put probably more hours into trying to get Zoho to change one of our users than I did in this entire project since Deliana took the lead. Because of that need to constantly go back and forth with them, trying to get to the right person, trying to get help. It was a huge process, but once Deliana came in and took over, it was smooth sailing. What I did was minimal.
Oh,
No, you were
well,
a big
thank you
part of
for
the
sharing.
vision, Sheena. You really were.
Yeah. Well, thank you both for sharing this journey with our community. We always end on a social spotlight. So, Shane, I will start with you. Who do you follow in the social sphere or anywhere that inspires you?
Yeah, so there's probably a lot. I'm not a huge not necessarily huge on any one following, but one person who I do like to follow is Melissa Christian. She's great, and I love her balance of she shares work things, that credit union space, but then also that being a working mom space and like what that looks like. And so it's a little bit of personal, a little bit of business, and I feel like that really encapsulates who we are, right? Like you're multifaceted and we get up in the morning. I'm a working mom. I put in a full shift before I even get in the car in the morning to come to work. And I feel like she does a good job of kind of showing what that looks like.
That's great. Thanks for sharing. That's so important, that whole self, sharing that whole self. What about you, Deliana?
Oh, I love that. I want to just echo Sheena. Follow Melissa Christian. Also follow Sheena and her team. They're always out and
Yes,
about on
do.
LinkedIn.
Yeah.
Please do. They're always
They're
out.
busy. It
Yes.
was hard to get this
That's
scheduled.
why
We are
they're in
just
Denver.
celebrating.
Yes.
We should be drinking champagne that we came together today.
Um, um, well, I wish I would have thought of a credit union person, but this is a person I've been following for a very long time. I like Gary Vaynerchuk. He is a big entrepreneur. Like his stuff pops up on my feed early in the morning. He's very like inspirational to me. No matter where you are in your career, you can always continue to like chase after your dream. And I love that kind of stuff. So he's just someone who's kind of no fluff and really believes in himself and other people. So I say his content is if you really kind of want to like get excited and if you're feeling like, oh, what do I do? Do I chase after this dream? Like follow his content. It'll make you believe.
We all want to believe.
Yes.
Yes. Well, thank you both for joining us.
Thank
For me,
you.
all of us in the BD Now community.
We appreciate the opportunity. Thank you.
Thank
It's
you.
my pleasure. We'll see you next time, everyone.